record. Right. So I was saying in this session, what we want to do is we want to look at lookup functions. So basically, what the lookup functions do, or what they help with, is when you have got a number of tables, right? You can find we've got this table, we've got this table. We could actually have a table on sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So what lookup functions help is just when you want to find certain information, instead of running through these individual tables, and trying to figure it out, you can use what we term lookup functions. So myself, what I just have, I've got this table. Let's call this table 1, and then let's call this table 2. Right. So table 2 has got commissions payable on each product. So we're going to start by looking at the VLOOKUP. The VLOOKUP meaning to say vertical, V for vertical, because we're going to have the H and the others. So using a VLOOKUP, you could find we have got this commission table here. We've got what we could probably term this product table. Okay. And probably on this product table, we want to add commissions. We want to add these commissions. It's only that these tables are nearby, are just sort of next to each other. But if this table was on another sheet, you could actually see. Let me just probably insert another column there. So we want to add these commissions to this table. Right. We could do it manually. We could just do it manually, and just look up the commission rates, and then probably add them up. Or we could use what we term the VLOOKUP. Okay, let me delete this column. This column, I don't want it. This column will disturb me. Right. Delete table column. Wow. Okay. Sit. Okay. Well, let me do it this way. Let me just insert another table here so that they're in line. Sit table. Okay. All right. So let's say we wanted to have these commissions, product X. We've got a number of laptop X here, and we want them to have this commission. We could actually even do it for the rest of the products. So what we could do is we could just add this column, because we want this column added to this table. So we could just add that commission column there, right, to this table. Now, we then put a VLOOKUP formula, of which we are simply saying equals, then we are typing in that function VLOOKUP, right? Then once we do that, we then put a bracket, right? Then we go to, because we first of all have to pick the product. Otherwise, in this case, we are picking product laptop X. So we are going to be to pick laptop X. Then we are putting a comma. Then you remember when we talked about absolute, we spoke about absolute reference cells, so to say. So we have to put an absolute reference cell whereby we have to put a $sign first. So we're putting in a $sign like that. Then we are coming to, because we are linking up with this. So we are coming to H. So we want to put a $sign. Then we want to come to H. Or if it doesn't do that, we could just delete this, come to H, then all right. Let me remove the tables. The tables are causing me problems. Okay. All right. I want this to be plain. Let me just remove the tables. The tables are messing up with my formulas. Wow. Yes. So let me just remove the tables. Let's remove all the tables there. Tables. I want to remove all the tables. Right. Okay. Yes. Let it be plain like that. Right. Redo. Okay, that's fine. So these figures are calculated. As investor. So we are putting another table here. Let me just put that table. Copy this. Then you are having the table there. Then we put commission rate. Then we just copy. Let me. Right, this is not supposed to be. Let this be keyboard. Let this be keyboard. So we are copying these three products. It's copying up there, and we are pasting them there. Then so this is another table which has got what we could term commission rates, and we're just putting up the percentages there. 3%, 5%. Let's see if it allows us to 3%. So let's say we wanted to add this to this column without necessarily to this table, without necessarily typing it in. We will just copy that. Then we do what we term a VLOOKUP, like we do a VLOOKUP function. So we just say equals, then we type VLOOKUP, right? We say bracket, then we start by picking the product. In this case, it is that product, our product X. Then we say comma, then we could come and then pick the H product, right? So I want to come and pick it here, the H2. But now on the H2, I have to make it absolute by putting these $signs. See, so that it doesn't change. It doesn't change when I copy it down, right? So I'll just put up those $signs. It won't change. Once I've done that, then I just put, with that, I then put this here, right? Then from there onwards, I select, all right, okay. Let me delete, I added another column. So I don't need this column. This column, I don't want it. Otherwise, again, my formula doesn't come up. So we are saying equals VLOOKUP, right? VLOOKUP, right? Was VLOOKUP, right? Then we are saying bracket, laptop, right? We are saying comma, then we are selecting this product, which is H2, right? Then we are making it absolute. By making it absolute, what we are simply saying is we are putting these $signs. We are putting it so that when we copy it down, it doesn't change. Then from there on, we put these red dots. Then from there on, we select the percentage cell. Then again, we make it, because we don't want to change it when we copy it down. So we make it again absolute by putting those dollar signs like that. Then from there onwards, we then just put 2 and put that, then right, force, then put the bracket, close it. Right. Where is that 2 coming from? So, okay. All right, sorry for that. We are right here. We're supposed to put it that way. Then we're putting in that, then we're saying 2, then we're saying comma, just like that. Then we say forward, pause, then you say enter. So when we do that, you find it picks up that. If we were to copy this formula down, this, you could just then on every laptop X, it will put 8%. See, so if you had large data, you have got this table here. It could be on sheet 2, it could be on whatever sheet, it could be here. You could just use the VLOOKUP to look for this commission and then add the column here, like, without necessarily typing it in or looking up the product, the laptop X. Like in this case, I didn't look up the laptop X. I just did here, if you look up, copied it down, then automatically it will look up and link the commission percentage with laptop X. So you could do that for all the products. So the VLOOKUP mostly, it helps us. We are doing a vertical lookup. We're doing a vertical lookup. I'll give you these formulas and also the questions that you can do. This can be done. This can be done for anything. Besides the commissions, you could actually even use like product category. Coming. Mazomfonera.
Ayo ndatubira tisamba tisanga kuti ndobva ndiita paconference kona ino account.
Okay.
Ino vadaiwa ngatazvitedzera. Anongotora invoice toita column toita kuti 30% yacho.
Saka ndotora nesimba.
Apana unazviraona handati ndakutopenza kutopa instruction izvo kuyaite sezvo. Isso zvijata forward progress. Saka ndikungoti another plan to be that we can do immediately. To sample that so one. Kuti tibhadhare mari idzi mangwana tisi. Kuti tiite izvo isusu tinoona kuti mabranches titore money from mafloat avo.
Alright.
Tione 2.7 yekubhadhara 30% yeko.
Alright.
Ne70 yeko. 5.3. Patinopuwa mari painouya.
Todzosera.
Totenga todzosera mafloats.
Alright.
Kuti taita tabhadhara avo. Tobhadhara nonozva paine futi part kumamwe tinova paine tinova some money again.
Saka 100,000. Ndomuti ndombotaura naye kandombomira kutaura naye.
Kuti
because takati orairwa kuti yanga ida mari.
Yanga inongoda mari. Kuti isusu we are going to pay 100,000 upfront say.
Alright.
2.7 9,000.
Yeunkoko. Benzo chimunzo kudanenga chiti. It is fine. So I was in town and it's
fine. Omula for America is usually.
I was need out here deep sound. Avan could this okay. The random sound, you are going to do that. Then you walk and try to move about Batsira.
I don't go to say big with no post.
I is ending Bumus.
This is
what he did that plan.
Extended plan, but look at another one, but that's the next week.
Right. 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 Sorry for that. So basically that's our VLOOKUP. So we're saying we're doing a vertical lookup. I think these things are going to make much more sense when we do a dashboard. eventually we have to do a dashboard. So I was saying you could even use this for product categories. So you could have a table which has got product categories. So it brings up the same. Like if you were to put product categories there, you could find it just does the same. You see, it changes that. So you're just linking up, or you're looking up information in multiple tables so as to probably edit one table that you want to update with certain information. Then we've got what we term the H lookup. The H lookup is we are now doing a horizontal. It's now a horizontal lookup. It's no longer a vertical. The V is the vertical. But now, when you're doing the horizontal, your data has to be structured horizontally. That's what it has to be. It has to be structured horizontally. Then you do your H lookup. So okay, probably let me do it this way. Let me have my product. Let me have my product there, and let me have probably my. Let me have let's say quarter one there, quarter Q for quarter one, and probably under there I just put 7%. Then let's say I have quarter two there. Let me see if I have quarter two there. Then I just put 8% there, 5% there, probably 6% there. Let's say I have all right, I want this to be percentages. So how many quarters do I want there? Let me have 4 quarters. So let me just put this as percentages. So I want it to be 8% there. I want it to be 5% there. I want it to be 6% there. Then let's go to quarter three. Quarter three, then probably I have 2% there. I have 5% there. I have 7%. Then let's have quarter four. Under quarter four, let's say I have 3%. I have 4%. I have 9%. So I could have this. Then I want to do an H lookup. So if I were to do that, I could then come here, right? Let me just delete this. Right, then just put equals, right? H lookup. So it comes up because the formulas are already there, right? Then I say bracket. Bracket, then I type because I'm looking up for product or laptop X. So I'm typing in laptop X. Then I have to put these, right? Okay, so I'm just putting up that, right? Then from there on, I'm putting in a comma. Then I'm looking from this. So I want to do this, okay. Right. So I'm looking up like that. Then I'm stretching this to, I want to look up this and stretch this to quarter four. Then when I reach quarter four, I then want to say comma 2, comma, then in false. Then I close that. Enter. All right. So I think there is something wrong with my formula. Let me see. Okay. I up to false laptop. All right. H lookup. All right. I think there is something wrong with this, but basically what we are saying is our data has to be horizontal, and we are looking up so as to add the information. I have to look up and see why this formula of mine is not giving me a proper result. right? The other one that we can consider is the index. The index and match. The index and match. It's more superior. I just want to have my vertical data there. It's more superior than the H lookup and the V lookup. Right? It's more superior. Actually, it's more flexible, so to say, because it can search any column, it can search any row, right? It doesn't require lookup values and so forth, right? So you can use it. It's more flexible to use. So if you were to use the index, we could have to type it in. So say equals, right? Then we type index, right? Then we put bracket, right? So these are sort of formulas, sort of commands, so to say. They're sort of commands. So saying return underscore array, they're sort of commands. Then match, right? Then you're putting up a bracket, right? Then you're typing lookup, right? Then underscore value. So they're sort of commands, so to say, but very handy, especially if you are dealing with large information. Then lookup again, underscore, all right. Then comma, 0. Then we are putting up this. So when you do this, it will give you, it will pick the percentage that you want. Now, for our data, we could actually now use the data that we have. Right? So the data that we have is, we would say index, then we put our bracket, we come to the I column. I want to come to the I column, this one, I column, right? So when we come to the I column, what we have to do now is we have to make it absolute by putting those dollar signs. We have to put up the dollar signs, just what we were doing, to make it absolute so that it doesn't move. But when we put the dollar sign, we then have to put these dots. Then we've put the dollar signs. No, we're supposed not to put it there. We put the dollar signs there. Then we come here, put these two dots, right? Then we come to this again. We put our dollar sign so that we make it absolute, right? Just like that, make it absolute, right? Okay. So once we make it absolute, we then say, we come here, we say comma, then we say mesh. Type mesh. Then we put bracket, then we put B2. So we go to B2, which is our product, B2, right? Then we say comma, then we go to our product here on this column. We are now coming to this product on this column. So we're going to H2, which is where our laptop is. But again, we're making it absolute. In other words, we're putting in the dollar signs, just like that. Putting in the dollar signs, right? Then once we put the dollar signs, we then have to put these dots. So when you are doing these formulas, they may seem like complicated, but if you're dealing with large data, they'll be very handy. Then we select the keyboard. Again, we have to make it absolute. In other words, we have to put the dollar signs just like that, right? Then we again put the dollar signs just like that. Then once we are done, we are putting what? 0. Then we double close bracket. Let me say. So you could find it picks up this 8%. The index match now, you see, the index and match, what it does now is flexible, right? You're going to see this because I have to do an exercise whereby you actually practice, then from there onwards, we probably redo it together and see how it works, right? The other one that we can look at is the X lookup. Is the X lookup. So it's just this one is more than as you know, these functions or formulas, so to say, they are programmed by Microsoft. See, based on what is in the financial world, what is in the statistical world, and so forth. So recently they came up with an X lookup, the modern lookup function. So it replaces, this one will replace your VLOOKUP, your HLOOKUP, and your index and match combined. You know, it's an all-in-one, so to say. It's an all-in-one in terms of lookup functions, right? So we just want to I think I won't bother you with the formula. I'll just probably use this data that we have so that probably you appreciate how it works. Right. So if we were to use the lookup, so delete this, the X lookup, we could just say equals based on this data. Then we could say X lookup, right? Type lookup correctly. So I could say X lookup, right? Then when I say X lookup, first I have to pick the product. In this case, it's this laptop. All right, sorry. It's X lookup, then I have to put the bracket so that it doesn't give me that error. Then I look up B2, right? Then I say comma, then I pick it on this on the other table, but then I have to make this absolute. In other words, I just have to put the dollar sign so that when I copy down, it doesn't change, right? So I do this. Then once I do that, I have to then put this, then I have to go to the last product, which is this, and again make it absolute, right? Okay. So that it just loops up the whole table. So I'm making that absolute so that again it doesn't move. Then I'm putting a comma. Sorry, the comma has to be after 4. So the comma is there. Then I just come to the first percentage, which is 8% in this case. And again, I have to make it absolute. So you find this one is way more flexible and much easier to use compared to the others, right? Like you don't have to retype data. Then I just have to go to the last item in this case. All right, I didn't put a comma there. That's why it disappeared. So I'm not supposed to put a comma as such. I'm just supposed to put this. Then I go to the last one. Then again, I have to make it absolute so that it doesn't move. So I'm just putting up those dollar signs, right? So once I have done that, I then put a comma after 4. I'm putting a comma, then I'm typing. I'm just putting up that. Then I'm typing not found. That is if it doesn't find it. Then once I do that, I then put my comma, then put 0, then close bracket like that. I just have to close once. Once I do that and enter, okay, it's giving me name. So I think somewhere I didn't type my formula. Okay, my lookup is it is called double L. It has to be X lookup. Right. Let me try to enter. Right. You'll find it picks that. So even if I were to copy this on X laptop, it will put the percentages. Right. So you could find This one is more superior, as you can see. It populated for all the products which are here on this second table. It picked the percentages and put them there. The not found is the left, this is the monitor, because the monitor is not here. But if I were to put the monitor there, we just get the monitor and probably put 7%, right? But if I am to have the monitor included, what I have to do now is I have to come here and change this to 5, 4 to 5. Even here, I have to come and change this to 5. What else do I have to change? I think that's all. Then I just say enter. Then if I were to copy this, you could find the not found won't be there, because all the products we have. So you see, what we are saying is, I have got these products. Now I've got a very long list of this table. Now, instead of me typing these commissions line by line and so forth, I could just use this, especially the X lookup. I could just use the X lookup and then I populate this column and then I'm done. So basically, those are your lookup functions. I believe I have to do an exercise uh, which is a bit thorough. So I have to do the exercise for the if functions, the if functions. Then I also have to prepare some exercise for the lookup functions, because these are key. When we are now doing our dashboards and everything, you could find these are some of the functions that we actually use. So there's need for you to master them. So immediately I will post these videos, I'll upload them and share the links with you so that you can watch or download them. Then I have to work on the practice questions. Thank you. I know for now some of the things may not really make sense unless if you have got prior experience with them, but I will consolidate. Once we have gone through them, we'll consolidate, then we do a comprehensive exercise whereby we actually see how these things work in the real world.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, zvizhinji zvichiri kuvhara zvichatozosinga as time goes on.
Yeah, sure. Then I think tomorrow I will have to see you in the afternoon. Lokupa certificate rako.
Okay.
I think I'll be just along Harare Street. I'll let you know. Then
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
all right.
Okay. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I want to save this. To save this.